Chelsea, Chelsea, no one can stop us now. Chelsea, boys in blue. Chelsea, Chelsea, we love you. Chelsea, I love. No one can stop us now. The boys are back in town. Some folks will just ask, why is this guy so excited? Just Ajax. Hey guy, hold it on. Ajax is not just. Ajax is not just a club. We are talking about the UEFA Champions League here. The history of UEFA Champions League record can never be written without mentioning Ajax Football Club. Currently, they are in a poor run of form, yes. But the Chelsea defeat them? Of course, yes. Chelsea defeated Ajax by 5-1. Who said that was not a tactical masterclass from Enzo Maresca? I think it's high time we begin to give Enzo Maresca his flower. Because most of the time, his tactical approach to games will always give you a call for concern whenever he makes his selection. When Enzo Maresca made his selection for the game against Ajax, personally, I was like, wow, what is Enzo Maresca trying to do here? But then, the manager has his tactics intact. The manager has his tactical information he has actually dished out for the players. The manager knows what he has told the player and the approach to the game. Looking at Enzo Maresca's selection going into that UEFA Champions League clash against Ajax last night, Enzo Maresca go with our traditional 4-2-3-1 formation. In goal was Robert Sanchez. The full-back was Moses Caicedo at the right back and Jorel Ato at the left back. The centre-back pairing was Trevor Chalobah and Tosin Adarabioyo. The midfield pivot was Enzo Fernandez and Romeo Lavia, while the attacking midfield through the left wing was Jimmy Gittins, the right wing was Gustavo Willian, and the central attacking midfield was Facundo Bonanote, and up front was Mark Q. In my preview, I got 8/11 when it comes to my predicted 11 going into this game. But the tactical approach of how Enzo Maresca actually approached the game was what wowed me. Introducing Jorel Ato as the left back in last night's Champions League clash. Knowing fully well that Jorel Ato is not that inverted left back just the way Marc Cucurella could play. He now introduced Moses Caicedo to play as the right back. And Moses Caicedo was in turn the inverted midfielder that evolves Chelsea attack from the rear. Given that defensive shield and also that attacking prowess going forward. It was a tactical masterclass from Enzo Maresca. Chelsea, going into that game, in my match preview, I predicted Chelsea to actually beat Ajax with a very big scoreline. And my prediction was 4-1 in favor of Chelsea. And also I predicted Gustavo Willian and Mark Q to actually be on the score sheet. And that was it. In fact, they did it in a grand style. Chelsea went into that game full of confidence, full of attacking strength from the defense line, from the blast of the whistle to the final blast of the whistle. Chelsea was in total control of the game. The statistics in that particular game said it all. The way Chelsea started the game, mounting more pressure on the defense line of Ajax Football Club, and the result paid off at the end. Early in the game, in the 17th minute precisely, Ajax went down to 10 men when their team captain, talking about Kenneth Taylor, actually fouled Facundo Bonanote with a reckless tackle almost at his ankle. The on-field referee issued a yellow card to the Ajax captain. But when the VAR review was called for that particular game, the on-field referee was given the permission to check the VAR monitor. On reaching there, within a minute, not up to a minute, the on-field referee took that decision. That was good to see. That is how VAR should act. I just feel the EPL VAR should learn from that. Within a minute, the on-field referee took a decision, cancelled the yellow card given to Kenneth Taylor, and straight red was shown to the Ajax team captain. He knew it was a straight red and no complaint, and the captain marched on into the tunnel. Chelsea gone blazing from there. A minute later, it was a very sweet assist from Wesley Fofana to McGill, who actually slotted that into the net. Talking about McGill, he had a very good performance last night. Scoring that goal, I actually saw that coming. In the previous two matches, which he actually came in as a substitute against Liverpool and against Nottingham Forest, what he actually brought into the game shows that this guy actually has something to offer. And going into this game, I actually predicted McGill to be on the score sheet, and he never actually disappointed. McGill actually got a goal last night, and a couple of minutes later, Jimmy Gittins with an assist to Moses Caicedo. I mean, Moses Caicedo can never stop amazing me. What a midfielder at his prime, doing great stuff, winning tackles, I mean, at ease, interception at ease. The guy is just everywhere. And when it comes to that long-range strike, he's also almost there, giving Chelsea an all-important goal. So, Jimmy Gittins with an assist to Moses Caicedo, who struck from a long range and deflected from the Ajax defender. But the goal was counted for Moses Caicedo. Chelsea went 2-goal up, and Chelsea was in total control of the game. And at the 31st minute, Tosin Adarabioyo with a careless challenge on the Ajax attacker in Chelsea box, stepped on the foot of that player, and Ajax got a penalty. They converted that penalty, and the game went on 2-1. So Chelsea progressed, and the game went on, and Chelsea, on the other hand, also went on to actually be awarded a penalty after Enzo Fernandez was brought down with a very strong challenge in the Ajax box. Enzo Fernandez stepped on confidently, converted the spot kick. Chelsea went on to lead 3-1. Still in total control of the game with full dominance. I mean, the tactics Enzo Maresca actually approached this game was awesome. Seeing the players, everybody. I mean, it was a free flow play of football in the Chelsea setup. One man that will never cease to amaze, none other than Gustavo Willian, with a dazzling movement. His flair on the ball is just top notch. One player that whenever he's on the ball, you will never see Gustavo Willian heading backward for a back pass. I mean, it's a typical Brazilian style of play, and that is just one thing with the attacking young Brazilian talent, always heading forward. And in the 45th plus 6th minute added time, Gustavo Willian was brought down in the box. And one interesting part I actually saw in that game, I saw leadership in Enzo Fernandez. And what did Enzo Fernandez do? He took the ball, gave it to Gustavo Willian, and Gustavo Willian stepped on confidently, scored the penalty from the spot. The best of the night, I must actually say. It was sweet to see Enzo Fernandez under the ball to Gustavo Willian to actually take that penalty kick. And that was what leadership most times is all about. So at halftime, Chelsea went on. Chelsea went up 4-1 into the break. Coming into the second half of that particular encounter, because it was already job done, and Ajax was down to 10 men. Enzo Maresca, knowing that their fixtures and good matches ahead are going forward, actually make a couple of changes early in the second half. Make some couple of likes for likes changes. He brought on Trevor Chalobah, take off Tosin Adarabioyo, who have already been on a yellow card. Also brought in Tariq George, take off Mark Gill, brought in Andre Santos, and actually take off Enzo Fernandez. And in the 49th minute, Enzo Maresca brought on George Achampong and actually took off Moses Caicedo, giving the young lad opportunity to actually enjoy themselves in the field of play. It was good to see how Enzo Maresca actually managed the game from start to finish with the young lad. And also, Tariq George came on into the game in the second half. And early in that second half, it was a beautiful assist for Tariq George, who actually converted into the net. And that was how Chelsea went up 5-1 in the night. And Chelsea actually enjoyed themselves all through the night in that particular encounter. It was a goal rush for Chelsea as Chelsea defeated Ajax by 5-1. A lot of people are just saying it's Ajax that is making Chelsea fans to be this happy. Ajax, like I said earlier, they are not just a team. Ajax, when it comes to UEFA Champions League, they are one of the big names in the UEFA Champions League. They have won this trophy 4 good times and a runner-up once. They are not just there. When it comes to UEFA Champions League, Ajax have actually seen it. I can tell you categorically, in the past, they were the big name, a force to actually reckon with. So Ajax is not a small team when it comes to UEFA Champions League. And Chelsea fans enjoying the moment, knowing fully well that the boys are back in town. We are back from our sleep. I mean, how we started the season, we started very well. At some point, we begin to crawl when we went 4 straight games without a win. And Chelsea bounced back with a win in the UEFA Champions League against Benfica. And ever since, Chelsea have been blazing match in, match out. So it was a good performance last night for Chelsea Football Club as Chelsea defeated Ajax at Stanford Bridge by 5-1. Now, going forward, what does that win actually mean? I mean, it's a moral boost and a confident boost for the player. Going into the game, after the end of round 3 of the UEFA Champions League match, Chelsea currently sits in 11th position in the group phase of the Champions League standing. And I think with the way Chelsea are going, we can actually take on any team and defeat any team currently as it stands. And I see Chelsea finishing in the top 8 of the UEFA Champions League standing. Currently, our next match, going forward, our next match in the UEFA Champions League is away to the Azerbaijan champion, talking about Karabakh, who actually lost their first UEFA Champions League game to Atletico Bilbao last night, as well as Atletico Bilbao defeated Karabakh by 3-1. They took the lead early in the first half, but Atletico Bilbao came back in the second half to defeat them by 3-1. And after Karabakh, I think our last UEFA Champions League game for the year will be against Barcelona, as Barcelona will be visiting Stanford Bridge. So it will be interesting to see. I mean, the win last night just goes to show how Enzo Maresca can actually manage the players he has in his possession. And so far, Enzo Maresca is doing a great job. Some couple of players need to actually be given that accolades which they deserve. Enzo Fernandez, the team captain for the night before he was substituted, I mean, had an excellent first half in that particular game. It was good to see. Anytime, any day, Enzo Fernandez is a baller. Gustavo Willian, wow, I must say currently my favorite player when in Chelsea so far. Gustavo Willian, one player you put in a game and will not fail to disappoint. He will never disappoint you. His movement on the ball, his flair, and the way he moves on. I mean, it's always good to see Gustavo Willian doing great stuff on the ball. Mark Q, one player again that I must actually say had a wonderful night, a wonderful game last night. Haven't given the nod to start up front, and as a natural 9, he actually didn't disappoint as he got himself on the score sheet for Chelsea, opening the scoring for Chelsea last night. He had a very good game as well going forward. I think this is just what we needed to see of McHugh. And like he said, he has actually gone through phases in his career, but one thing he's always sure of, that he has never taken any decision without his own very consent, that he is responsible for whatever decision he actually takes going forward. And whatever he's doing this, he does them with a positive mind. And so far, having gone on loan to Stanford, to Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, and Chelsea decided to call him back on loan after Liam Delap injury in a Premier League clash against Fulham. McHugh has actually integrated himself into the team, and so far, going forward, I think he stands a chance starting Chelsea next Premier League game against Sunderland at Stamford Bridge. So, also another player that needs to be given credit is Moses Caicedo, ever present in the defense-minded role for Chelsea. I mean, his presence alone, his stability, his presence alone gives confidence to the defense line, and it was actually good to see Moses Caicedo doing just what he knows how to do best. So, in the UEFA Champions League game last night, it was a straightforward win for Chelsea, as Chelsea defeated Ajax by 5-1. What do you make of the win last night against Ajax for Chelsea, putting up a 5-star performance to defeat the Dutch outfit by 5-1? And who was your star performer in the UEFA Champions League game last night against Ajax? Drop your thoughts down below. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, so that whenever I upload a video, you get to see them first time. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you in my next video. Bye.